Hey everyone, let's wrap up June, which was a much better month than I had expected. Mostly because I didn't know how much time I will have for filming videos and reading with starting the new job. The new job is fine, I adjusted pretty well and I have a lot of time around it. So I managed to upload quite a few videos and finish a lot of series. Yes, June seems to have focused on reading series. And we also discussed my current TBR and finishing series situation. And it was very interesting to hear how you are doing on your goals of finishing series or reading series and your TBR. I think I'm doing good. In connection to the new job, we also discussed going to a party and overthinking what to do and what to do there. I thank you very much for all your support and basically not making me feel alone in being this way before a party. Just to let you know, the party went fine, no private conversations that I was afraid of. So that was pretty cool. Then we had a really good discussion about reading to hate. That means you pick up a book which you expect you won't like just to read it and then hate on it. And I quite didn't understand it. And it was very interesting to read the comments. A lot of you said you don't understand that either, you don't have time for that. Others said you might do that to be part of the conversation, which I fully understand. That so makes sense. Oh, and let's not forget how many people mentioned that ranty reviews for popular books create views. Thanks for helping me understand how this is a thing. June also unexpectedly presented me with a new reading project. I wanted to read the Anna Karenina fix, but found out that I have to read 11 Russian classics before I can fully understand that. So I'm kind of doing that. I'm still at the first book listening to Dr. Zhivago, but it's going well so far. And of course I uploaded a letter to June. Thank you all for participating in this month's discussions and watching the videos, of course. Thanks very much. Now on to the books. I read a lot, surprisingly. Why is it surprising? Because I picked up Wizard in Glass. It's the biggest book in the Dark Tower series. It's the fourth book and it's very slow. Most of it is talking about an event in the past of Roland, the gunslinger, and it's sort of that you know the outcome and there's a lot of foreshadowing. So reading is just filling in the details, which doesn't really have your eyes glued to the page. Yet I am quite happy to have read it. I still want to continue and finish the series. It is a good story, and even though they're so big and I keep thinking like, can we cut something out so that it's not so dragging? I don't know what, because it would make the writing less good. And that's not an option, ever. Like I mentioned before, reading and continuing series was a theme for June. I finished listening to the Iron Druid series. I uploaded a series review. Scorched is the 9th book in the series and it's the final one. And I'm torn. It had a little bit of heartbreak and anger in there, but I think it's a good ending for the series. I highly recommend this series to anyone who is looking for an urban fantasy that combines a lot of legends, a lot of myth and deities and fun and adventure and everything. Yeah, everything. I also listened to Artificial Condition, which is the 2nd book in the Murderbot Diaries. But after that, I didn't want to leave the story, so I re-listened to the 1st book, All Systems Red, and listened to Artificial Condition again. I spent a lot of time with Murderbot this month, and I also reviewed the series so far. It's a series that is narrated from the perspective of a security unit, which is a construct out of a robot and a human. And normally they are controlled by a governor module, but this security unit hacked its governor module so that it has free choice. And it still does its job, but it has some other things going on. Basically, it doesn't really like humans. They scare him and it's very socially awkward. And it has a favorite show. And in the 2nd book, it made a new best friend. So that's exciting. I highly recommend this if you like science fiction. It's short novella style books, so the audiobooks were just 3 hours long. The rest of the books I read were ebooks. I finally finished the 3rd book in the Sassy and Kate trilogy, The Mislaid Magician. I read the 1st book in this trilogy in 2014 and I really enjoyed it. It's an epistolary novel and it's created by 2 authors by writing letters to each other without conveying where they think the story goes. So they write the story together without really knowing, and the concept is really cool. And the 1st book is really amazing. It's magic, it's fun female main characters and a lot of things going on. 2014, I don't remember all the details, but I remember really flying through it. The second installment of the series, The Grand Tour, I read in 2016 and was really disappointed and bored by it. That's why I put off reading the third one, The Slate Magician, for such a long time. And it is better than the second book. It starts off very slow and it's 100 pages. Basically nothing but family life 10 years later when they have kids, and yeah, I wasn't really that much into it. But after that, it picks up a little bit. Nevertheless, if you don't own all the books in the series like I did, just read the first one. The first one is really, really good, but you don't need to read the second and the third. Skip those. I also read The Map, which is a novella in the Jacobi series, and it's basically a big treasure hunt. It's a fun, quick read, 50 pages. That was easy to do. And then I started on a new series. I don't know how that happens. Oh yes, I do. Elizabeth from Brooks and Pieces talked about the series and it sounded like fun. I read Envy of Angels by Matt Wallace and it is a fast, fun read. The series is sort of following a few cooks who make special dinners for a supernatural agency. I probably summed this up badly. I'm not really sure where I stand with the series yet. I don't know if I like the main characters or what is happening, but it's a lot of cooking, food, and they had an angel and demons and adventure. It was a very plot-driven book. It was fun. I bought the second. Yeah, I'm in trouble with series, I know. Like I said, June was in the sign of series, and I had fun. That's the most important thing. I'm making progress. How about you? Are you happy with your reading in June? Did you read some good things or bad things? Or yeah, just tell me about your June experience. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.